Hello, everybody, and welcome back to NAPP, not a professional podcast, the show that hopefully won't put you to sleep, despite what our name says. My name is Jaron, and it's been a few days it's been 3 weeks since we've done this. Say hi, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
You're not invited.
I don't remember the last time I tasted the sun.
Oh, no.
We have been absent for a while. I'm sorry, guys, but we're back. We're getting back on track. We're back on schedule. We're back doing the thing that we've been doing. So, without further ado, hey, guys, how's it going? All of you guests?
Pretty regular, I would say.
Pretty regular.
Chilling. I'm doing pretty good.
Kind of average and normal.
Brad, we have 4 guests, so you need to be on them like Donkey Kong them.
I don't like that.
When it comes to sound.
Wait, we missed 2 people.
Okay, so if they do bad sound things, you have to point at them and go. Brad made a really amusing face.
It's true.
Go in a line.
To
do what?
Your names.
Yeah, let's hear your full legal name and social security number and any other personal fun details. Going down the line.
I'm Adele Simone Mitchell. I don't know my social security number.
Hey.
I'm Brad's girlfriend.
Aww.
We've met Ari
They're dating and they're in
before.
love with each other. It's really
And it's
cute.
disgusting.
Yeah, actually, it's gross. Ew.
Oh, okay. I'm Maya. Did you say your middle name?
You don't have to
I'm-
say your name. You can just say your first name if you don't feel like it.
I'm Maya Chavez, and
Hi, Maya.
Meow.
Elizabeth?
no, that's
Is
hers.
it Marie?
No,
It's Grace, bro.
Grace?
and
my
I have a
guess.
bird.
Oh, and Maya has a bird.
I have a bird.
Oh. Hi, I'm Kate.
Hi, Kate.
That's it.
Nothing else to say?
I think plants are pretty cool, and that's the whole story.
Fair enough.
I'm Paris, and I'm
Hi,
Jaren's
Paris.
girlfriend.
I also love Paris.
I love her more than you do.
I disagree
Let's
wholeheartedly.
fight right now.
Well, I'm Jaron, and welcome to Alcoholics Anonymous. The show where we try to get you to stop drinking, and then we all go out for drinks.
Yay!
I don't have that problem.
It's not
so I don't
anonymous
know
if
why
you told
I'm
us
here.
to say our full legal name.
Well,
Wait, back
I
up.
didn't. You
it
didn't
is. Alcoholics
either. I
very,
didn't do
very
it because I was
public.
scared.
Alcoholics, very, very anonymous.
Brad, do you want to talk about your alcoholism journey?
Yeah, so once upon a time, I watched a video of someone holding a beer can. It was Jack's Films, because he likes White Claw. That's my journey.
See, I could tell that you can tell when we are improvising versus on the script, because when we're off script a little, and by the way, we do all have scripts, right, guys? Everyone's holding up their script right now.
yeah.
Yep.
100%.
We wrote this all out.
It would have been funnier if I had a stack of papers to wrestle.
That would have been way
That would've been
funnier.
really
You're right.
Why does it say
I
on the
have
script?
toilet paper to
The
wrestle.
script. Why does the script say that that I should say that? What's something funny I can say right now? What's something funny I can say right now? Quick, think fast.
Yes, and that's right, guys. I know improv.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the host. Ask us some questions.
No, freak you.
So did you guys know that so fungi is really interesting?
Kate, we're not doing that. Kate
Paris
was
told me
trying
to.
to convince us to make the episode about mushrooms, which we're not
They're
doing.
so cool.
Instead, I believe that it was Ari's idea to talk about long distance friendships,
Not
right?
like long. I mean. I
Well,
don't know.
long distance. It's
sure.
more applicable if it's just long distance.
It's because Maya lives on the
Paris, you have
moon.
I was gonna
Internet
say that.
friends.
I am the long distance friend.
Maya lives on the moon.
It's more
So-
applicable if it's having friends at different schools. 3 out of the 4 of us go to different schools.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I forgot.
3 out of the 4 of us go. I
Yeah.
go
Okay.
to, 'cause I go
So
to Mountain
me
View,
and Paris
Maya
are the
goes
only
to-
ones that go to the same school.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys, Wasatch Wops forever. Wasps. I can't.
Wops.
MVHS.
At
Yeah,
Maya's
I
school,
didn't
they
do
don't
that.
have A days and
No.
B days. They have B days and G days.
Guess which one's the A day?
G?
The B day is the A day.
You will never know. Also, we get out at 2:31, which I think is horrendous.
And
Oh yeah, Brad did the angry soundboard point.
sorry, I kind of like yell, and I don't mean to.
It's okay, me too.
But
Why did we give Kate the mic that's super blown
I
out?
keep trying
this
to.
mic is fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so their school colors are black and gold, so they have B days and G days to stand for Black Day and Gold Day. Isn't that lovely?
It's actually horrendous, and I hate it, and I still don't know which day is which. I literally couldn't tell you what day I have math.
That's so real.
It's been all year.
I also don't
Wow.
know what day I have math. Just kidding. I had math today.
I have math on B days.
That's
Thanks
weird.
for
I had math today too.
I don't think I've ever had math on a B day. I don't think I've ever in my life had
Anyways.
math on a
might
B
have math
day.
on a
That was funny.
Is
but
it on a
nobody
B
heard my
day or a
joke.
G day?
I said I had math today too.
Oh, look.
Yo Tambien.
I did have math. This stuff was like crazy.
Wait, I wanna see
Brad,
this.
stop getting distracted. We're doing a thing
He
here.
likes me.
Somehow
Ew.
Brad never manages to do anything without getting distracted.
No, he's so real for that.
Love him to
Yeah,
death.
no,
but
I respect that.
he is. This is why he's a sound boy and not a sound guy.
Oh, shoot.
Let alone a sound man.
Sound.
Man. Brad just gave me the massivest side eye when I said that.
Yeah, that was wild. I could feel the side-eye-ness from here.
He
Yeah.
gave me the side eye.
It was-
Anyways,
There was this energy just like emanating.
so Maya, you live somewhere else. How's
I do.
that for you?
It really sucked at the beginning, I'm gonna be so for real. But now
Uh-huh.
it's okay. Now we're
it's
good.
okay.
Yeah.
Any more details on that, or
Well, basically, once it was gone, it's good, and that's the whole story.
Let me talk.
this is why Kate's not invited to birthday parties.
Hey.
Okay. It like Loki kind of sucks not having friends. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's kind of
Never
the
happened
worst.
to me.
Oh,
Had friends my whole life.
but
I know,
then
everyone loves me.
but then I
Don't laugh at that.
sorry, it was funny.
yeah, it was really humorous.
But then I got friends, and like even if I didn't stay friends with them forever, which happened a couple of times, but I really liked it.
Jenna.
Haven't you been there for?
Stop!
Haven't you been there for literally like 2 months and you've already made and lost friendships?
It's been 8, thank you.
8
Well,
months.
that's because everybody at her school calls Orem, Utah, the city. So it's
Oh my
really
gosh,
fun. You can't really expect
yeah,
much of
can
them.
I tell that story? Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
my first day of school, someone was like, "Oh, are you new here? I like don't recognize you." And I was like, "Do you recognize everyone at your school?" And which I didn't say that out loud, but whatever. And then she was like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "I'm from Orem." And she's like, "Oh, the city?" And I'm like, "The freak? No, it's Orem."
the big
But
big
also-
apple.
Yeah, up
all of them are Hicks. They're all cowboys, and they wear hats and the Carhartt jackets. And
I'd rather die than be surrounded by a
be a
bunch of
slur.
cowboys.
I know.
Hey,
That's
hands
just
off
what
my
we call them.
girlfriend.
I didn't even touch your girlfriend this time.
I think it's really interesting because when I moved from California, I made friends way quicker. But going to Mountain View, I
Maybe
have
you're just a loser,
like
Maya.
no.
Be nice to me.
listen. No,
So I think it's really easy
can
to
you let me talk? When I moved
Sorry,
from
guys.
California to Utah and I was like 7th grade, I made friends quicker. But this year, I'm going to Mountain View and not Timpanogos. I have
Take that, Kate.
2 friends. Like at Mountain View, I have 2 friends, and
Oh,
I
was
don't even
gonna
hang
say
out with
that
them
there's,
outside
like,
of school.
5 people in this
No,
room, and
I
was gonna
I
be
have a
like,
lot of friends who don't go to Mountain
okay.
View, but like
And then
at
we'll have to
Mountain
fight to
View,
the death to decide who it is.
I don't know, and it's like kind of weird because I've had full blown crises about like why was 7th grade Ari better at making friends than I am now? Because it's the end of the year and I still have only hung out with like Mountain View people outside of school at like student council events, and that's it.
I think it's more about the people at the school and not about you. Like maybe you just it happened to be that at that time you found people that you were like able to be close with right away, and there's just not really that same like there's just not people that you can connect with as well.
I
at this
think it's
time.
about what grade she's in.
Thanks,
Entirely.
Bradley.
Okay. I kind of agree with Brad. Like I moved in 3rd grade here, and I made some close friends like pretty quick.
Here's the deal. I also moved here in 5th
I'm going
grade,
to.
No, please don't.
and my elementary school teacher was like, "Hey, this guy's gonna show you around." And then I had my friends
My
that I'm
teacher
still
did that
friends with.
too.
That's
Shout
how
out
it works.
Acadia
In
Wolf.
high school, no teacher's gonna be like, you have to hang out with this person.
Well,
Right,
no
that's
teachers
true.
do that in junior high either.
Yeah, literally,
I was
they
just
don't care
more
about
of a
their
social
students.
Junior
butterfly.
high-
Actually, that's not true.
People
Junior
like
high,
me, I don't
everyone's
know.
trying to find friends because everyone's losers and keeps changing friend groups.
That's the realest.
They want
thing
to
I've
add
ever
people
heard
into their friend
ever.
group all the time. That's what happened with me.
So everybody
Flashback
had
to like 8th grade or like beginning of 9th grade when we had a friend group that was like 15 million people.
That was crazy.
That was insane.
and everyone hated each other.
And
it was
everyone
weird.
hated each other.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was chilling.
Crazy times.
So actually,
Well, no one hated you.
I would say that it's not as easy as people think it is to make friends in elementary school.
I apologize in advance.
In 4th grade, me and Maya here. See Maya? Say hi, Maya.
Hi.
So 4th grade was a really difficult year for me. How old are you in 4th grade? Like 10?
9,
Nine.
10.
Yeah, I think you're 10. No, 4th grade.
We
is
were
like,
10.
We were
She
10.
was 9.
My sister's
Oh, yeah.
10 and she's in 4th grade.
Okay,
Okay.
so I was
Checks
9 because
Same.
I'm on the younger end. I was just my little lonely 9-year-old self. I did this half homeschool thing where I only went to school for the elective.
I'm so
I would go.
sorry.
So I would go to like PE and art and stuff, but I didn't go to homeroom. And so I didn't have very many
Only you can
friends.
see my face right now.
And I only ate lunch like every once in a while. Like sometimes I would wait for like an hour after the elective classes for my friends, quote unquote, to get out of lunch, and then I would eat with them. Maya didn't like that very much.
Okay,
Maya didn't like me very much at all.
okay, guys,
No, wait, let me finish the story.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So I would like wait for her so that I could eat lunch with her and her friend Erica. I would wait outside and they would come outside
Why
of the
did you
door
laugh?
and they would see me and they'd go, "Ah!" And then during lunch they'd force feed me cauliflower.
Hey, you
Um,
force fed me Nutella.
Hey, Nutella's delicious. Cauliflower
It's
is
really-
bad.
No, I'm
It's
with.
really
I'm
not
with
good.
Kate on this one.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Force feeding Nutella and
Cauliflower,
force feeding cauliflower
is perfectly mid. Thank you.
completely different levels.
Also,
Anyway.
I didn't force you.
Well, that
okay.
wasn't the exact. Well, you also on
I
like
will say, Kate has a track record of saying that you forced something, like you forced her to eat something when really you just said, hey, wouldn't it be funny if you took a shot of all these flavor syrups? And now she won't stop saying, Ari forced me at gunpoint to take a shot of all these flavor syrups.
I don't know what she's talking about.
No, I'm with Ari on this one.
Sorry, I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm with Ari on this one.
Anyway, basically, also on a cold winter's day one time, Erica held my hands behind my back and Maya slapped me really hard in the face because I was being too weird. So,
Wait, okay. Now can I don't
I was
actually my
too
side of the story
silly.
isn't good. I just like to issue my first formal internet apology. I bullied Kate and I feel really bad about it now, but now we're good friends.
Yeah.
So like
and I'm
nobody
never letting
even
it
stress.
go. I'm
yeah,
never
she's
letting
literally
it
not.
go. It's
Yeah, Maya's getting canceled.
Yeah.
Also, by the
First
way,
internet appearance.
for anyone wondering, Maya is the hater in the comments of our Spotify who keeps.
Wait, can
who
I
keeps
also issue
dissing
another
on our
apology?
stuff.
I only left one hate comment and it wasn't even a hate comment. I was correcting you guys
definitely a hate
because
comment.
you guys said octopus had 8 hearts, 1 in each leg.
I do not remember that.
I remember that. I freaked
feel
out
like-
the second you said that. I typed up my comment. I was like, there is no way. No, it was with Ollie Ross. And what's his face? What did you say?
How many hearts do they have?
They have 3 hearts.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
heart. They have hearts. They have 3 hearts.
What do
They
you
have 3
mean
hearts.
they have hearts?
That was a mouth typo,
They
you
don't
guys.
have-
It was
they
a
don't
malfunction.
They don't have bones.
Yeah, they don't have bones,
But
but
they
they have
have
3
hearts.
hearts. That you
Okay.
need a heart to get
We need
oxygen,
to get back
guys.
on topic. I
What
have a question
topic?
for
We don't have a
Paris.
topic.
Yes, we do.
Oh.
Paris, you live in like way far away Pleasant Grove, but you still go to Timpanogos. Is it like
I don't live in
You-
very far. I
No,
live-
no, she does live in.
you
way
live in,
far
like,
away from
you live in
Pennsylvania.
PG
next to
zones.
I live directly next to the border between Linden and
Oh.
PG.
Yeah, but
Well,
you also
nevertheless.
live right by the high school.
you live right by
Yeah,
Pleasant
the
Grove High School?
is
You're
really
in PG.
far right compared to the rest of the city. Like downtown is forever away from the high school.
I can't argue with that.
Well, so you live in like
I can't tell
you
that.
live
I don't
in
know what
PG
you're talking
borders, right? I live in Timp borders, and it is the worst thing ever to like hang out with people because it's just like a far drive. I don't know. It's like the tiniest little like trivial thing. Like comparative to some people here, it's like really difficult
Yeah,
to
far
find
drive,
rides.
who?
But Like, I don't know, is that something you struggle with in, like, friendships, is having to drive all the way over and, like, all the way back?
I can't drive yet, but
Well, yeah.
my mom
Like,
finds
getting
it really
rides and
annoying,
stuff, is
yeah.
that...
I can't drive the canyon, Mom.
Yeah,
Let her do
Mom.
that. Please let her do that.
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
Like,
Do
Are we
you
all
ever
talking
wish
to
you
my
went to Pleasant Grove?
mom?
we need Paris to talk.
No, the hardest part about hanging out with you guys especially is hanging out.
It's Maya.
Maya, you're never here.
Maya
Yeah,
is
that's
the
so
hardest
true.
part. Maya
Maya's the
is
hardest
the
part about
hardest.
hanging out.
The hardest part about hanging out is Maya.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Every
Maya's
time.
only really
Sorry,
here because I
interrupted
needed
you.
her to paint my nails. I don't even really like
Okay, so that's really mean.
Yeah, so I just keep her around so I can exact my revenge because she bullied me in 4th grade.
I think what we're learning here is
Wait.
having 6 people on a podcast is not the way to go.
No, I'm really curious. What's
Especially
the hardest
when one
part
of them
about
is
hanging
Maya.
out with us?
It's
Yeah,
getting
freak
my-
Maya.
I'm sorry.
It's getting my mom to agree to drive me, or sometimes I do live in Lehigh, so it's a bit further of a drive
Right.
to get to everyone. But
Yeah, man, when I'm at my dad's house in Price, he never wants to give me rides up here.
Wow.
Let him crash.
We should beat Ari up.
No.
Right, Brad? Brad walked away from the keyboard, but he said yes. Yes, he did.
The sound is good.
Fine, I'll wear the freaking sound.
I have to do this.
Would you believe it if I told you that Brad got so distracted that he straight up left?
He's got a thing full of thumbtacks now. I don't know what he's gonna do with them.
Don't ask questions. He just is. He's this way
Guys, I
now.
want a Slurpee.
This happens
We're-
all the time when me and Brad are hanging out.
What's he
We're
doing
just
with the thumbtacks?
in the middle of a
guys?
conversation? He just gets up and grabs some thumbtacks from his closet.
I'd love to continue this train of thought, but Brad's thumbtacks are not what we're here to discuss.
My bad.
Do you have more questions for us, host?
Yeah, why?
Why what?
Yes.
Oh.
If it's perfectly good job.
Wow.
Brad is having a seizure on the floor. He's
Someone should
I have-
probably call.
I have to go get him
ambulance.
a hospital ambulance.
Please keep that in there.
I feel like this episode is gonna need a lot of editing.
Yeah, it definitely will.
No.
Are you
Oh,
gonna edit
you're
this
just
part
gonna-
out?
Okay.
God.
In my personal opinion, I would love to hear us all just chat for like an hour. I think
I
that would be so
think
funny.
it would be interesting to us. I don't think anyone else
It'd
would
be
care.
interesting
That's
because
true, but how
I'm
many
else
people
so
cares?
listen to
funny.
this podcast?
No, we have over 1,100 total
Oh my gosh, good
downloads.
job!
Thank you,
Because
everyone.
I think it would be really fun for people to listen to us talk just because I'm so funny. Because I'm so funny.
Brad is having a seizure.
You guys, I'm actually
again.
gonna get canceled on this, and I'm like kind of
I thought you
stressing.
were about to say I'm
Brad,
actually
we
gonna
are
get canceled.
Ollie's gonna leave
podcasting.
hate comments on this episode.
Wait, Jaren, does Ollie listen?
Yes.
Shoot. Sorry, Ollie, that's my bad. I don't think you know who I am, but I'm sorry for correcting you and having that big long rant. I literally ran out of characters on Spotify. It wouldn't let me type anymore.
Yell at him, telling him the aliens were real.
No, I didn't yell. It was over. It was a comment. And
Yeah,
I was,
but it
I
had
was
a
correcting.
yelling tone.
He thinks that there are aliens that look exactly like us, and I'm like, read Neil deGrasse Tyson's book. Thank you.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is the most. Neil deGrasse Tyson is the most annoying person I've ever met in D universe.
You met him?
You've met
No, but I watch him.
Surprise me. I don't know.
Brad!
Jared seems like the kind of guy to have met a famous scientist, considering his line
Hey,
of work.
you guys, can I tell you something really cool? And none of you will get it. I met Brendan Mole. He came to my school and did a book signing.
Came to my
I know.
school
Oh, you
too,
did know
but
that.
it is-
The book guy, yes.
Maya.
Some people call me the book
My
guy.
dad's brother goes golfing with Brandon Sanderson.
I hate
Wait,
Brandon
no shot.
Sanderson.
Wait,
Can I
Tell
go
Brandon
with them?
Sanderson I want to
Face
kick
still.
him.
Brandon Sanderson is
Brandon
good, and you're silly
Sanderson
for
is
that.
actually-
No, he's terrible. He's a bad author.
I think you just are saying hot takes for the sake
Yeah.
of
No.
saying hot takes.
I off the podcast and on, I will proudly
Okay,
explain
wait,
that
why?
I
Have
don't
you
like
read a
Brandon.
Brandon
Why?
Sanderson
Like,
book?
Yes, I've read plenty of them,
I
and
swear
they're
if you
unexceptional.
Say you got like 100 pages into Way of Kings or something, and then you
I got
decided
like
you
100
hate.
pages into Way of Kings.
Okay,
I
but
just
you
got
like
bored.
Brandon Sanderson.
No,
I'm
no.
on Brandon Sanderson.
I
In case
have
you're
read-
listening, I am so close to finishing book 3. Trust.
I have read multiple Brandon Sanderson books, and every time I'm like, everyone says these are great. I'm so excited,
Jaron,
and they
you
are
have to
never
read-
exceptional.
So-
They are mediocre at best. He's not a bad author, but he's
Okay.
not a good author.
Kate, we can't get worked up.
Jared, you have to read. So my two favorite Brandon Sanderson books are Tress of the Emerald Sea and and the Nightmare Painter, and they're his he wrote 4 books during COVID. And they were,
I don't
secret
wanna read
projects. Yeah,
those.
I know you won't.
Jaren, do you like world building and stuff?
No,
No.
not anymore.
Hey, you know
Brandon
what's really
Sanderson
good?
Dungeons and
ruined
Dragons,
it for
like-
me.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
whatever.
like what Dungeons
No,
and
he's
Dragons
not a
is.
DM. I am.
Wow.
I was, but I didn't like it that much.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
then never mind.
He
Yeah,
gave
actually
up.
probably
we
don't like it.
we are still in
my
the
gosh, but
works
Wit,
of making a
who's like
D&D episode. That is something we're
Shout
trying
out
to do.
Wit
Can I
in
be
the
on it,
Brandon
bro?
Sanderson.
No,
DMing.
Let me on
I
it.
don't know. We have
People
to
are gonna
figure
be
that
on
out.
it.
I
You
wanna
should
be
do
on
a
it.
podcast episode where it's just you and Brad playing D&D. Can you play D&D with 2 people? Probably
Absolutely, you
Yes.
can.
Not. Oh, okay.
Wait, also, we never did D&D night. I'd
Yeah,
like to point out
Bradley said that he would start doing it.
that group chat is at the
My other friends,
bottom
they
of
want
my
me to
text.
I want to do it so bad.
Yeah, all of
don't
us
text me
really
about
want
it.
to.
What the
Hey, I don't.
Text you
What?
about.
No,
I text
they
you
go
about
to
a
me
lot of
every day, like,
things.
hey guys, when are we doing D&D?
Hey, Bradley.
Hey, she
When are we doing D&D,
Hey guys, we're giving
Bradley?
Jared an
She
ear.
texted you for a month about it.
Is it gonna happen?
She texted you for a month about it.
I did text you for a month about it. What?
If we weren't recording this episode literally like last minute, I would say we're gonna scrap this episode, but we don't have a choice.
Okay, guys,
so
let's have a
mean to
real
things.
conversation.
Love you,
So
Paris.
the mycelium root system is the mycelium root system is the
Wait,
actual main
I
part
have
of the
a question
fungus.
for you.
Oh, okay.
Is the mycelium mushrooms any? This is gonna make me sound really stupid. Is the mycelium mushrooms in any way related to micellar water? Do we know the
No.
answer to that question?
No, no,
Plot
it's
twist.
not.
Okay.
Someone Google it.
Well, I don't think so.
It's like makeup remover.
Well, now I'm
No,
gonna Google it.
mycelium.
Mycelium.
Hey, now do I get permission to
Actually,
explain what
wait.
mycelium is?
Wait,
Yeah,
now
go
back.
ahead.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so imagine an apple tree, right?
Okay.
So the mushroom isn't the actual
They're spelled
fungus.
differently.
Yeah. The mushroom, the mushroom isn't the actual fungus. The mushroom is like the apple on the apple tree. The mycelium
That's
network
what she
is
said.
Jaren,
That's not what she said.
I didn't even hear what you said, but Jaren.
I said that's what she said.
Yeah, okay,
Like
so
the big tree in
like
Utah.
the big tree
Guys,
in
let's
Utah.
like make this
so
a good podcast.
I'm trying
I agree.
my best. I'm talking about mushrooms, and it
No,
could, it
no,
has
no,
the potential
you're,
to be
you're
very
doing
cool.
great.
Okay. So the mycelium root system is like this crazy big interconnected system of these tiny little, teeny tiny little hyphae, and they all connect all
What's
the
a
mushrooms.
hyphae?
It's the
Yeah, what's a hyphae?
it's the strands of the mushroom mycelium, guys.
Oh,
Guys.
that's very cool. Sorry, we didn't. Okay.
Okay.
To educate us.
No,
How
okay.
did this actually turn into a podcast about Kate talking about mushrooms?
I did it. I've been trying
wait,
to
Well-
keep going, Kate.
It's better than what's been happening.
Yeah, okay.
So
I thought that was really funny. TBH.
Okay, so the mushroom mycelium network is really interesting because the mushrooms they connect the mushrooms
Okay.
So have you ever had a dream where you could and when the and you but when the and when you but and the but when and
you could do
and you could do
anything?
anything? Sorry. Vine reference. Okay,
LOL.
so the mycelium root system does this really cool thing where it forms these mycorrhizal connections to trees and plants, and it's really cool because imagine there's like a really big healthy tree with like excess nutrients, and then there's also a sick and dying tree that's like little that doesn't have what are you laughing about? That doesn't have enough nutrients. So the mushroom mycelium connects the root systems of those two trees and transfers excess nutrients from the healthy tree.
Brad, this is why you're supposed to be here, so that you can help me.
You guys should have done 2 separate episodes with only 2 of us.
Yeah. But for future reference, we know that don't do an episode with just me and Brad. Don't do an episode with more than.
Wait, was there an episode with just you and Brad?
It's on the YouTube, and if you want to listen to it.
YouTube?
No, the one.
have YouTube?
No, the one.
Oh wait, I knew that. You announced that last episode.
Not the one that we did that we deleted. That one will never see the light.
deleted?
So another really cool thing that mushrooms do.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm actually intrigued.
Yeah, no,
Really?
me too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm interested.
Really? Oh my gosh. Okay. So Paris keeps pushing the microphone back because I keep putting it too close to
It's
my face.
really fun.
I'm gonna hold it for you.
Okay, so there's the two different kinds.
Down, 'cause I keep grabbing it too.
Sorry. I feel like I'm being gentle parented and I don't appreciate it. Okay, so there's the two different types of mushrooms and half of them like decompose and that's the kind that people know the most about. But then there's the mycorrhizal mushrooms that form those connections to different animals. Trees and plants. And so they both like balance out all the nutrients in like the ecosystem, and they also, as like, this is what most people know about mushrooms, is that they break down dead matter and they like recycle it and turn it into stuff that can be used. And so they've like
Okay, what do you mean by stuff that can be used?
like new soil and new like, instead of they just like they decompose things, you know like
noticed that this podcast became Kate talking about mushrooms
It
and
worked.
Paris interviewing her.
this has been my plan
I didn't.
all
I
this is
along.
very cool.
I've said
Can
a total
Kate
of
keep
like
talking?
20 words so far. I don't.
You're
You're just,
allowed
like,
to say more than
Kate's
that.
just talking and you're like, oh, and how does that work? I think it's really
I
funny.
said that once.
I know. I think
Paris.
it's funny.
You can have my job.
So there's
Yeah,
a really
Jared's job,
something
you're better
really
at
cool.
convenience.
Something really cool is that we're actually more closely related, like DNA wise, to mushrooms than we are to
I can
animals.
hear you, Maya.
Like we're not. We're more similar to fungi than we are to actual animals, which is crazy
Wait,
to
what?
me. Yeah, like
Not
genetic.
chimpanzees.
How?
Mushrooms.
Yeah, but you know what's better than mushrooms?
Name one
Pasta.
thing.
Chimpanzees.
Yeah, right.
Australopithecus. Homo erectus.
What?
Homo floresiensis. Okay, so Kate,
Yes.
what's cooler than a mushroom?
Nothing.
Anything.
So
Ice box.
Birds. Whales. Wait, you guys, whales is my final
Whale.
answer.
Whale.
Put water in a freezer and put a mushroom in a freezer. Which is going to be colder? Guys, I'm taking chemistry right now. I'm really bad at it.
What if we punched Ari
Wait,
in the
no,
face?
answer your
Yeah.
question. Water or mushrooms?
water.
Probably the water.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Why did you ask the question?
I'm
Guys,
in concurrent enrollment chemistry
Jared.
and I'm going to
Oh,
this is
wait,
a
you guys-
disaster and it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing for me.
It's embarrassing for me.
It's
This
okay.
is
Wait,
my
Jared, Jared, think about
I
it
love
this
you,
way.
Jared.
Think about it this way. I'm gonna turn into a
Platonically.
life
Whoa.
coach really quick.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Hot take.
Oh, wow. That's such a deep, original thought, Maya.
Nobody.
Guys,
I
just
would
don't
respect
even. Just
that.
go with the
That's
flow,
Guys,
guys.
I think Maya just invented nihilism.
Just
You
go with
stop.
the flow, guys. Like it doesn't even matter.
It
That's Maya.
matters
That's what
to
Maya sounds
me.
like.
Nobody really cares is a
No one,
phenomenal
no
song.
one really cares about this podcast except for me.
I
I care about this
severely
podcast.
care. Hello? Did you see that comment
So-
I left Ollie Ross?
So
I
I,
did
actually
see
I
that
have
comment.
to I need to do more research on this specifically, but I forget like the exact year, but there's one point where we can look back at human skeletons and like the brain just expanded like so fast. Like there's one
Yes.
point in history where like all of a sudden
Are
there
you
was, like,
talking? Are you talking like the Homo genus, or are you talking in Homo sapiens specifically?
brother? I don't.
Because
I'm
I
here to
can,
talk about mushrooms.
I
and
can
nothing
answer
else.
both if you'd like.
Oh, wait, please answer both. I'm
Oh
interested.
yeah, actually, I would like you to tell me.
Okay. Well, so basically, this is all a little messy, but we started off as Australopithecus in Africa, and we kind of expanded out there. Basically, the running theory is that we developed bipedalism before we developed brain size. So there were a few Homo genus that had like bipedalism before they had larger brain cases, which equals larger brains. I think that the largest brain per
Is Neil deGrasse Tyson's. Sorry.
per capita is
Ignored.
I want to say habilis, but that sounds wrong. Homo habilis. But the point is, basically, Neanderthals had a much there.
No, don't worry. This is what I sound like talking about
There's
mushrooms. You're good.
there's a certain point in history where the cranium became longer, so
Right.
the skull went from this rounded shape that we have now, and it became more ovular, and it like pulled backwards. And
Oh yeah.
was-
Also, didn't like the Mayans do something weird?
I don't
They
know.
figured
Like,
out
shape
the
their
stars.
heads. Really?
Basically, the reason I brought this up is
Uh-huh.
because there's a bunch of like theories,
Yes,
and
they're fake.
All of them?
Continue.
I hate you. Basically, I
D1
think
hater.
I think a lot around that time. There's a lot of people that believe that when that happened, it was due to discovery of psychedelic mushrooms, which
Really?
yeah, like there was listen, I don't listen. I'm not smart, guys, but there was like this one specific group, and we learned that they would like follow these bison or whatever, and there was this specific kind of mushroom that would grow in the poop. There was this one kind of mushroom that grew in those cow patties at the time, and they were like
Cow patties.
That's what they're called, bruh.
Are you talking about beef burgers? Or
I'm
both?
talking about the poop, bruh. Okay, sorry. And that had like a really high content of like psychedelics, and it would stand to reason that these people would like they'd be following this herd around to like have food and notice these little mushrooms and like take a bite, and I would and around that time was when the brain just like started like boosting in activity. I think that's so cool that I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
actually sick.
I'm shrooms.
See,
Guys,
this
listen.
seems like the type
Be
of thing.
careful what you say on the internet.
I know.
This seems like the type of thing that Maya would listen to and then write a mean comment about. So I don't know
I
if
wouldn't. I
can-
genuinely
You're right,
think this
actually-
is so interesting.
See, the
Maya,
thing is,
Maya would be like, actually, it
Just-
was found out that
it's-
those
no.
cows were eating regular mushrooms and not
the
psychedelic
cows weren't the ones
mushrooms.
eating the mushrooms, Jared.
Wait, then why was it found in their poop?
No,
Because
They
it
were
grew
growing
there.
on the
Because that was a good spot for it to
Why
grow.
would they grow it in the poop? That sounds
pick to grow
disgusting.
it. they didn't choose where to grow it.
Why would you
Guys.
if you're a
That's
nomadic
just
tribe
where
that's
it
following a herd of bison, why would you grow things?
They didn't.
They
grow
didn't
anything.
grow it. It just
the
grew on the
mushrooms
poop
grew
because it was
naturally in this
decomposing for
Mm.
sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Decomposing.
Anyway, basically, I think that the ability to alter consciousness is something that has been around for like a really long time, and I think that's really interesting that while definitely it can be misused and like people definitely get addicted to things like that, I think that
Actually, psychedelics are not
psychedelics are not addictive. Psychedelics are not, but like as
Really?
in they're
It's
misused
true.
a lot.
Oh, okay.
Most some people do psychedelics once and then never again because it's such a painful experience.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but some people do it once and never again. But it's a really incredible religious experience, spiritual.
I feel like
experience.
you would want to come on one of our upcoming episodes about spirituality.
Hey, please,
Who's it
actually,
with?
I would love to.
Episode about
Coco, come on. Get on the podcast.
Hey, I would love to.
Is Coco the one who made the prom closet? That's the coolest thing ever. Coco,
What?
if you're listening to this, you're my idol.
Aw.
Coco, you're
Can
not
someone
my
tell me who
idol,
that
but you're
is? I
cool.
moved.
I don't
The
know who
girl
that
at
is.
Temp.
But
Okay.
she
I
sounds
also don't know
freaking
who
cool.
she is, but Coco.
Basically, the whole
Okay.
point is that
Mhm.
mushrooms are so cool because they're
Right.
such complicated, like
Yes.
like they're closer to animals than they are to plants. They're not like until very recently we really believed that they were just plants, which is so interesting because
Mhm.
they're a completely different thing and like totally so complicated.
But not like
and-
cats and dogs.
What?
Cats and dogs are very similar, but not mushrooms and plants.
Not mushrooms and plants.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Anyways,
It's one of like the the big old families. You got the
Right.
seven
yeah,
some amount of
fungi is like
families.
its entire
got-
other thing.
Well, you've got. Isn't it one of the three? Because isn't it
Well,
plants,
there's plants,
animals, and fungi?
and there's bacteria.
well,
um,
isn't okay.
Yeah.
I thought bacteria counted as.
No, bacteria is not a fungi.
Oh, okay.
Fungi, so actually, fungi is mushrooms, like everybody knows, but it also includes things like molds and lichens and rust, actually. So just like...
Screw
I have a gross story
fungi.
Yeah, okay. Basically,
It
all I'm
grows
trying to
in
say
my
is I
milk.
think that fungi is really cool because not only is it, like,
No.
incredibly interesting and
I
something
can
that has
hear
been
you,
very
Maya.
under-researched,
sorry.
it also is something that has been utilized and used in, like, a lot of a lot of cultures and religions throughout all of history, and I think that that's really cool, and that's my whole thing. That's my little monologue. So thanks,
Wow,
guys.
that was so interesting.
Thanks.
Yeah, that is actually kind of crazy.
I
So-
could talk about this for like 3 hours.
How long
So,
is this episode right
I've
now?
heard that mushrooms kind of communicate like
Oh,
a
yeah.
brain would, like with electrical signals.
Yeah,
I have
they
also
do.
heard that.
I feel like that probably should be the biggest distinction
Oh yeah.
between plants and fungi.
Yeah, so remember the thing I said about how they'll send excess nutrients through the mycorrhizal network to trees that need it and plants that need it? Another thing that mycorrhizal network does is if there's like a invasive species in the area or any danger to the ecosystem, they send these electrical signals and communicate with the whole forest and with other mushrooms and with trees and let them know, basically, like tell them to prepare and like get their guard up, which is so crazy to me.
That's wild.
So fungi are kind of like forest spirits.
Yeah. They're like little magical little fellas.
So if I go in and start punching lichen, what would happen?
They'd eat you.
The mushroom gods would
Oh.
would ascend upon you, and you'd probably
Descend.
combust immediately.
No, that's
Descend.
actually an interesting
Yeah, you're right.
question. Like,
Descend. That's my bad.
They're not coming from the
Yeah,
ground
ascend
up.
is
Maybe
up.
it's the
D-
mushroom
descend upon you.
demons.
Um,
Maybe it's mushroom
yeah, right.
Satan.
Yeah. Well.
okay,
Don't
wait.
say that.
But that's actually
Mushrooms are
hold
holy.
Hold on. That actually is an interesting question. Like, would they have a reaction if someone was like,
Oh, I'm sure.
That's so.
like,
Have
if
you
Jaren
guys
went
seen?
and punched a mushroom? Like, would they tell the others?
Have you guys seen The Last of Us,
Try to
where if they
fight me?
step on the fungus and then it signals to all the other zombies that like that where
Yeah, the
people are?
cordyceps back.
Yeah, dude, I love The Last of Us. It's
Fungus
so
What
good.
is
happen
that?
in the
Yeah.
game.
So I say
Yeah.
I like mushrooms, and people immediately either go The Last of Us or they go shrooms. So thanks, Ari.
When someone says mushrooms, I think of Kate.
Aw.
When someone says mushrooms, I think of the big red ones with the orange. I guess they're orange.
Wait, no,
the ones
same.
in Zelda.
Flaminida?
Breath
The
of
ones
the
in Zelda,
Wild.
Yeah.
The Hylian shrooms.
They're
Not
they're
Mario?
Openly
the
admitting
little
it.
cute
No, not
toadstool
Mario.
ones. They're kind of amanita. They're really cool and very
Actually, I
poisonous.
think
Why are
they're
they
a
the
type
most
of
famous?
mushroom.
Oh wait, you should talk about how all of mushrooms are poisonous and the grocery stores are lying to
Oh,
us.
fun story. Okay, well, okay.
You know what else is lying to us?
Who?
Continue.
Okay, so basically, I never liked the taste of mushrooms. I always hated the store-bought I can't
I
believe this
still
episode is
hate
actually just me
mushrooms.
talking about mushrooms. This is lovely. You've never had the wild... Listen, I still don't like the mushrooms I get at the store. They're bad, and I didn't like the way they tasted, and they were gross and bad, and I think a lot of people can relate, and if you like those mushrooms, you're weird.
Shout out my dad who doesn't like mushrooms.
Wow. Shout out Maya's dad who doesn't like mushrooms. Listen. So I never liked them.
Rober,
And
who?
then I started learning about her dad looks exactly like Mark Rober, off topic. Then I started learning about how cool fungi was, and so I would like go out foraging in the woods with my dad and this guy from my neighborhood. And we found these oyster mushrooms and cooked them up and we put them on a burger. And they're so good. Like the wild ones, you guys, aren't even close. They're not even,
Okay.
they don't even taste at all the same as the ones at the store. And I still don't like the ones at the store, but I love mushrooms now as long as they're the good ones. So that's a story.
Okay, wait. So, but at a certain point, a mushroom is too toxic. You can't just cook it and it'll be fine, right?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people get really scared about mushrooms.
I'm scared of mushrooms.
Yeah, see, like, people, like, assume that they're all really poisonous. There's really only a few that can, like, especially in our small Utah area, there's, like, 3. There's, like,
I
the
like punching mushrooms.
Did anyone else's dad ever tell them there are old mushroom hunters and there are bold mushroom hunters, but they're never both? Did anyone
That's
else's
funny.
dad tell them
That's
that?
hilarious.
Shout out to my dad.
Yeah, he's
not
right, I'm
gonna
not
listen
gonna
to
get
my
this.
mom, my mom used
Walter
to tell
White
me.
who? Ari's dad looks exactly like Walter White.
Everyone's down.
My mom used to tell me that I couldn't pick the mushrooms that grew in our grass.
Because you die.
No, because if I touched them and then put my hands near my mouth, I would explode.
One time.
See, okay,
Wait,
people
what?
people
Not
have this
actually
really irrational
explode,
fear
but,
of
like-
mushrooms, and like a lot. And so I tell people that I like find mushrooms to eat, and they're like, "Whoa, you're gonna die." But listen, there's only a few of mushrooms there's only a few mushrooms, especially like per area, especially in Utah. There's like 3 kinds that can really that are lethal, that will kill you. There's this one that I actually found one. There's jack-o'-lantern mushrooms that grow here. They're bright orange and they glow in the dark, which is really cool. There's also this one called the Destroying Angel, which if that's not the most terrifying thing you've ever heard.
That's not. I've heard worse.
Thanks, Jared.
Oh, lovely.
But
Skull cult.
almost there's only a few mushrooms that are deadly enough to kill you. There are quite a few that will give you minor indigestion. Actually, almost all mushrooms, even the most choice edible mushrooms, will give you minor indigestion if you don't cook them. There are lots of toxins in there that we can't digest without being cooked.
What
so
about the store mushrooms?
yeah, so this is actually a very little known thing. They do have toxins that the store-bought ones should not be eaten raw. They can be and
It won't kill you.
it won't kill you. Like you'll get, and I'm sure a lot of people that are gonna listen to this are gonna be like, "What? I love those." I just you're fine and you won't
I've actually
die.
never met a person who's like, "Oh my gosh, I love eating store-bought
Really? Okay, my cousin,
Wait, what? For
my
real?
cousin eats them raw with ranch. Okay.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
wild.
it's and
Ranch
like
people are weird. Okay,
I
They will
love
eat-
ranch with
really
carrots and
good.
cucumbers and
ranch
peppers.
is good.
I
I used to
like-
dip my
Just not mushrooms.
quesadillas
I
in
like
ranch.
ranch.
I hate ranch.
When I was
In
like 10 years
quesadillas!
No, listen, I was like 10 years old.
You
Calm
can't
down.
just
Quesadillas.
destroy
I have had
the name of quesadilla.
I hate
quesadillas with
ranch.
ranch.
I think
Quesadillas.
I've had like pizzadillas with ranch.
I've hated
What the
is a
hell is a
quesadilla?
pizza dia?
It's a quesadilla with pepperoni on it.
Oh.
Have you guys never had pizzadillas?
No.
Never
It's,
heard that
it's
in
just
my
a
life.
plain cheese quesadilla, except you put pepperoni on it, so it tastes like a pizza.
Alright, you're weird.
Do you put red sauce in it?
Yeah, wait.
No.
Then you're a failure. Have you ever had a
Do you?
pizza sandwich?
There's a mushroom on your shirt.
Probably.
I'm a
It's
failure.
mozzarella.
Anyone who
It's
gets the reference is my
mozzarella
best friend.
cheese, mozzarella cheese, pepperoni,
okay.
red sauce. You cook it like a grilled cheese. It's delightful. Tastes amazing. Top
really
tier.
want a grilled cheese right now, actually, now that you've said that.
Wait. My English teacher
delicious.
gave me sour bread this morning,
I
and
love sourdough.
now all I want is
You mean sourdough bread?
sour.
You mean
Yep,
sourdough
sourdough bread.
bread.
That's my bad.
Your English teacher gave you moldy, gross, sour old bread?
Guys, we like fungus. Fungus is our friend.
Not
Fungus
shout
is our
out to
friend.
Maya's English teacher
No,
for giving her
no,
moldy
shout out,
bread.
no, yes, shout out Maya's English teacher. I love her, and she's so nice, and we're reading To Kill a Mockingbird, and I fell asleep in her class, and she didn't care.
So personally, I get very icked out by mushrooms. Like I can't touch them because I'll
You
like.
get
have a
icked
cool
out
story
about
about
a lot of
mushrooms.
things.
Just
Are
chicken.
you talking about the texture?
Brad cannot brush
Or what?
his teeth without getting shivers.
Brad's just a little bit autistic, but it's okay. We love him
Wait.
anyway.
It's bristles, like brooms.
It's
everything.
bristles. You know what? Actually, I respect that.
No, but mushrooms just like there used to be mushrooms in my grandparents' backyard, and I would like, I don't know, they're so squishy and like.
Oh, I think they're beautiful.
They're so, and they just ick me out, and I don't. It's unexplainable.
Sometime I'm gonna make you try some wild ones. I'll find some morels this summer. Oh my god! Well, this spring there
I
was
wanna
springtime.
try
I
them
want
too.
to eat like something with mushrooms in it now, like really.
Yeah,
bad.
Loki, I want
I-
to try good mushrooms.
Fun
I would
fact: I've
love for you
never
to try
eaten
them.
any type of mushroom ever.
You have to at least try.
I haven't had store-bought mushrooms. I haven't had wild mushrooms. I have not so much as touched a mushroom
So
with the
that's
purpose of
interesting
eating it.
that you say
ever.
that, Brad, because I actually like, as a kid, I have this core memory of like, it's like one of the earliest things I can remember of finding a puffball mushroom, which I didn't know that's what it was at the time, in my backyard, and it was already like fully mature. And so these puffball mushrooms are what they sound like. They're these little white puffballs, and they can get to be really big. They're edible when they're young enough, but when they're mature, the insides like turn into the spores, and they release the spores like that. So there's like this little
I can hear you, Maya.
there's like this little golf ball sized little puff, and it's got a little hole in the top, and when you poke it, the spores, these brown spores, like they would like poof out, and it was really cute. And I remember sitting there for like an hour just looking at it, and I only realized what it was. Like I didn't even know it was a mushroom, but I only realized what it was like a year ago. And I've always been so fascinated by them, because even before I knew how cool they were, I just think they're so beautiful. Like they're one of the most like, sorry, I'm saying like a lot. They're gorgeous, and oh my goodness, some of the most beautiful organisms on the earth, and that's my humble
I take
opinion.
offense.
But that's me,
Dinosaurs.
Jerry Seinfeld. Who? Sorry.
I
Real.
think also some of them. I have a ton that are all like. I've seen a ton like in Oregon that have a ton of holes or like a ton of straight lines. It kind of like trips me out.
There are some icky looking ones. The bleeding tooth mushroom. Shout out.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I've had my hand raised for a while.
Yeah.
Yes,
thank
Okay.
you.
mine.
Shout out people who stole my house. You have inky caps going in your back
Shaggy
door.
inky caps.
Yes. Remember when I found a really big one of those mushrooms, and I sent it to Kate, and it was like in its
picture.
prime. Yeah, a picture. And it was like, they're so cool. They like drip this black sticky
Yeah,
stuff.
so that's the spore. So shaggy inky caps are really interesting because when they're really young, you can eat them, have had them, they're good. Contrary to popular belief, when they're young, they're okay to eat. But as they get older, the spores, like, they develop this like liquid, this thick black liquid that's full of spores, and that's how they spread their spores. Is like insects will come to the mushrooms and it gets coated on the insects, and that's how they spread the spores. But it's really cool because this mushroom is really, it only lives for about 48 hours because it like will dissolve itself in its own spore fluid. It's so interesting. So the fact
Wild.
they're like, so those are like the really pretty white ones that have the drippy black goop that you see, and they're really cool and I like them a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
sorry guys, I'm just like yapping away.
Yeah,
this
if
is probably
I'd
the
known
best
that
part of the
this
podcast.
episode would be Maya and Ari screaming about things, and then Kate interrupts halfway through to talk about mushrooms.
It started as a joke and then you guys acted genuinely interested, so I
No,
kept
because
going.
I am
I
genuinely
probably would have been like, this is a dumb idea, we're done, but it's been okay.
We talked about real
That's
things
good.
for like 2.5 minutes. No, not even.
Mushrooms
A minute and a
are
half.
real things.
No, I was
They're a
talking about
figment
the
of your
like,
imagination.
being friends with people from far away, and whatever happened in between, I don't even remember. And then it's been mushrooms
Well,
for however
probably
long.
Maya happened because that's usually what happens.
Yeah, because Maya sucks.
You guys, cut this out. My mom's gonna think you bully me.
Maya bullied Kate in elementary school.
They
Because
remembered
everybody
they
was
were
bragging about
listening
how
to this.
easy it was to make friends in elementary school, and my elementary school experience was Maya bullying me. So
Hey, okay, do you remember you were friends with like Nora too? You had friends.
You
yeah,
did
but
have
that
friends.
was later, and they also all hated me because I was weird.
My
guys.
elementary school
were
experience was
weird.
Yeah.
reading all of the Harry Potter books, and everyone was like, "Are you the girl who sits during recess and reads the Harry Potter books?"
Wow,
I was
you
like,
would.
Yeah, I read them in like 4th grade. Like everyone read them in 4th grade.
Yeah.
No,
I
screw
sincerely
Harry
apologize to
Potter.
anyone who knew me during elementary school.
Me.
Please forget everything you've ever seen.
Apology not accepted.
No.
I have pictures that you took.
If
on
those
my
ever
phone.
leave your phone,
I'm going
You're
to
dead.
put them on the Instagram.
Okay, wait.
Yes.
Kate, can you make me sound like not such a bad person?
oh, Maya's a
sound
great
like I
person, and I
suck.
love her so much. And
Maya's
she
a
was
cool
manipulated
dude.
by this girl Erica, who, can I say,
Not shout out to Erica.
Yeah.
I hope you're not listening to this.
Negative
Why would you-
shout out.
Okay,
I-
no, I will give a.
it was mostly Erica.
I will
Erica
give a
kicked me with her
neutral
boots
shout-out
on all
to-
the time, and then Maya just kind of went along with it. But it's okay. She's
I
a
didn't
lovely
know what I
person
was
now.
doing.
Yeah, so we are gonna have to edit this quite a bit, but that's okay.
Sorry, it's Maya's fault.
No comment.
I'm being a
Yeah.
hater on Maya. I actually love Maya,
Curse
and
you,
she's great.
Maya.
Yeah, I think. Whatever.
Anyway, Maya, what are your thoughts on mushrooms?
I think they're really cool, and everything I know about mushrooms is from you.
Yay!
I just remember that one time I accidentally killed that inky cap thing. I didn't.
Because you
kill it.
mowed over it, right?
No, it was up against my gate, and then I was trying to like prop it up so I could show you, and then it just fell.
Oh, hey, so pro tip. If you find mushrooms in your lawn, it's regular for people to like freak out. They're actually really good for your lawn. The stronger your mycorrhizal network is in your lawn, the healthier the entire ecosystem will be. So leaving mushrooms in your lawn actually is like the idea because they're good.
I think most people are scared that their animals will eat them and die.
Yeah, that's true. But again,
Yeah,
hardly
my
any
dog.
mushrooms are actually like
My bird would
completely
never.
deadly toxic. People just have this weird
Your
phobia
bird
around
doesn't
mushrooms.
get to go
and I don't get it.
outside.
He does. He has a backpack that he goes in, and he goes
That's
outside.
really
You
cute.
guys have seen the backpack.
I love
What are
the
you
bubble
talking
backpack.
about? Yeah, the bubble
Yeah,
backpack.
but like you don't let him out so he could eat mushrooms.
Oh, well, yeah. That's why it was a joke, Darren.
So it's May officially, which I'm so excited. I'm sad I haven't been able to go. It's gonna be May. I'm really excited that I haven't. I mean, not really excited. I'm really sad that I haven't been able to find any mushrooms yet. I haven't had the chance to go up into the mountains.
I'll take you with my
But-
car. Oh
Yes,
wait,
please
I
do.
can't.
All the roads are open today.
Yay! Okay,
What roads?
so it's
Alpine
officially
Loop
May.
is open.
Really?
It's Loop Day.
It's loop day.
Which means that we get to go and start Camp Jaren Part 2.
It also
What's Camp
means
Jaren?
that it's
Zombie
prime
edition
mushroom
down
hunting
backyard.
season,
Oh.
guys. It's prime mushroom hunting season, so grab your foraging bags and get out there.
Do you have a
because
foraging
I
bag?
do. I have like 3.
Freak, I was gonna get you one for your birthday.
Get me another one.
It's okay. I'll just get you a Film Cooper necklace.
Okay.
Subtle
But
foreshadowing.
early in May here in Utah, the morels are growing, and these are like the choice top edible mushroom of like all mushroom hunters aspire to find a morel mushroom. And I found one once, but it was like tiny, and I'm sure if I had gone back like a week later after rain, they would have been sprouting up everywhere. But
That's so exciting.
I only found one, and I'm determined to find some this year, and they're so good.
What do they look like? Did I
Oh,
miss
they're
that?
so funny. They're like these little, they're kind of like honeycomby texture, and they're
Ooh.
hollow. They're so weird.
Whoa.
They're so weird.
Do you guys know the rock that has a bunch of holes in it and it's the only rock that floats in water?
You mean like pumice?
Pumice, yeah. I think it's very cool. I remember that fact from Miss Gleason in 4th grade. I swear to you guys, I saw Miss Gleason yesterday.
That's crazy.
That's
Miss-
my sister's teacher.
Really?
Wow.
I probably didn't see her yesterday then. Was that a
Miss
lacrosse
Gleason
game?
hated
Shout
me,
out
which is valid because again, me in elementary school was a
remember her
nightmare.
lizard?
So
Oh, hey, remember how all of Miss Shumway's students got a free pass and all of us with Miss Burton suffered?
Yeah.
What do you mean a free pass?
They didn't. in 5th grade.
R.I.P. Miss Burton, we miss you. And
Nope,
also,
Don't miss her.
Okay.
Some way forever.
yeah, and also Miss Burton,
on.
whenever there was an indoor recess, we had to do math problems. So
That's true.
Really?
yeah.
That's awful.
You were
I
in that
was
class,
in that class,
Brad.
and I don't. The
I sat next to
only
you.
thing I remember from
I
that class
remember
is
you.
her threatening to chop our heads off with an axe. and
She
it was
did
Do you
that.
remember the
funny.
one time she
It's
like
so
stood up and
funny.
actually tried to teach
Yeah,
us?
she's
was when the
never. She
principal
would
was
sit
there?
down. She would never ever stand up, and then the principal got in, and that was the first time I think I've ever seen her standing before.
Yeah.
It
I
was-
don't remember her being this bad. Why did everyone
No,
hate
she was-
her?
Do you remember how mean she was to Emmett York?
Oh well, we were all mean
Everyone
to Emmett
was
York.
mean to
so-
Emmett York. Everyone's still mean to
No,
Emmett
Yeah.
I
York.
remember
poor
like
kid.
distinctly feeling bad. He was never allowed to go to recess because he couldn't get something signed by his parents. So
Yeah,
get
we had to
something
do
signed by
our. We had to
parents
do
every
our.
day.
Yeah, every single day we had to get a parent signature for like something. I don't even know.
I don't remember what it was.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
That
and
poor kid.
he never went to recess ever.
That cannot be legal.
I don't.
Yeah, no. Well, she's dead now, so.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
is
did you miss that?
dead.
She died.
She died the next year.
You
brothers.
you can put in that I don't like crumble.
Good to know. Okay.
Because
Well,
Beefing with crumble.
or why?
Worked.
I feel like the longer we talk,
quit?
the
You
more
didn't know that?
the more
I quit the
obscene this
day
episode is
of your
gonna
party.
get.
Hey,
So,
maybe guys, you should let Jared talk a little
Sorry,
bit.
Jared.
so I mean, do you guys have any last words before we wrap this up?
Before I shoot you.
Yes, before I end your lives and
I
this
didn't know
episode.
this is so much pressure.
Yeah, no. When the episode ends, so do you.
Oh!
Yeah, I knew this would happen.
Oh shoot. Bro, that's wild.
You can't see this, but Jared has a gun held against my head.
No, he doesn't. It was a finger gun. Nobody
It
panicked.
was a finger gun.
The metal
guys.
is cold and hard, and I am afraid. So, somebody help me.
Are we gonna say last words or
Help
no?
me.
Yeah, just
Help
just
me.
get your last
Help
words out so
me.
that I can.
Asparagus.
No, I wanted to see it.
That is not the
Freak
last
you!
word yet. We're not gonna
Last
do
word.
that yet. It's not time.
Oh, someone doesn't listen to the podcast.
Oh,
Did I just get outed, guys?
yes.
do.
That's wild. I
we
wanted
need
to
to wrap
say it
this
so bad.
up.
Okay, I miss all of the people in Orem, and y'all are my favorite. And somebody kidnapped me from Wasatch.
I
Saved
love
me.
you, Maya. Basically,
That's your last words. Great.
basically, back to the original
my
original
gosh.
thing. Being friends with people far away is hard, but it's worth it and it's lovely and it's not that hard. Well, Maya literally lives 30 minutes away, and that's the longest
And I can't
distance
drive here.
friendship. Anyway,
Sigh.
also mushrooms are cool. Look them up. I don't know anything. Do you?
You seem like you know a little bit of something.
because I'm not smart. But other people should learn about mushrooms because I can't really teach people, but I want people to learn. So you should learn about mushrooms because they're cool, and that's my whole story. Thanks, guys.
All right. Ari,
Mitchell.
you have the last word.
Asparagus.
No, that's not.
Oh.
We're not done yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I love my friends. Yay.
Wow, that was lame.
I'm sorry, I messed up
Anyways.
this podcast, Jared.
Okay. Well, thank you all so much for listening to this episode. Hope you had a good time. I'm sorry we took so long getting an episode out, but we should be back
It wasn't
now.
our fault.
It was our fault.
No,
It was Maya's fault.
Actually, it was the fault
Guys,
of the
I'm so sorry. I
of
talked
the
too much and I'm
podcast
too
put
loud.
outer.
I was the
It's
loudest,
because
I
we
talked the
didn't have
most,
any more
so.
storage. Anyways, point is, thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you guys in about 2 weeks. And as we like to say to end every single episode of this podcast, asparagus.
Hey guys, Editor Jaren here. Thanks for listening. Ugh, sorry that was a little bit of a nightmare. I am actually currently on a work trip at the time of you listening. I'm digging dinosaur bones up in a secret location. So this episode should be out on time, but the next one might be a little bit late. But it's summer now, so we should have more flexibility with getting these episodes out. Thank you guys so much for listening. And as always, we'll see you guys in a few weeks. Asparagus.